r/AskReddit. What's a big industry secret that isn't supposed to be known by the general public? You use too much Dawn dish soap. That stuff is ridiculously concentrated. Obligatory highest rated comment edit. Don't tell me what I can top my flan with. Midway games at carnivals or fairs purposely let people win early on in the day. This way people carry around the prizes and advertise them for the rest of the day. Edit. Guess I should mention I volunteered at my local fair for several years. Midway game attendants use misinformation through internet forums to get people to play their carnival games early in the day, during their biggest downtime. Customer service also have mute buttons, and they use it to laugh at you and or call you names while you're busy complaining. Every programmer in the world occasionally writes a very bad code that sticks with the app program forever. Our printing department printed your t-shirts wrong, and right now they're filling in the missing ink spots with Sharpies. At Subway my manager never once bought real mayonnaise. The light mayo and the real mayo are both light mayo. Investigate those duckers. Your children tell us nearly everything about what goes on in your home. Source: preschool teacher. Thanks for all the upvotes and replies. Cracking up reading some of these. A lot of people probably know that when a TV show goes into syndication that some scenes will be cut from episodes to make them slightly shorter, to fit in more commercials. What people don't know is that the show can be slightly sped up as well, to squeeze in just a little more advertising. I attended a songwriting workshop at Berklee School of Music, and Anna Wise, Grammy-winning songwriter, Kendrick Lamar collaborator, told the audience during a presentation that whenever someone magically blows up on SoundCloud or YouTube, that it's not authentic. A label will sign the artist in secret, and then suddenly boost their viewership tremendously to make it look like the independent artist did it on their own. Printer ink cartridges are meant to signal that they're empty after a certain number of pages, even if they still have some ink left. Goddammit, all that ink I wasted. Not sure if this is an industry practice, but a very popular online retail company in my country has no in-house web designers or any other IT staff beyond your generic networking techs. Anytime their website or backend systems need work, they simply advertise a permanent position and give the job of sorting out whatever they need done as a trial for the candidate. Once completed, they then inform them that the position is no longer available and send them on their way. They've been doing this for years. Edit. Well, that escalated quickly. This is a pretty shitty move by the company. Rocket science is like 90% plumbing. It's hardly brain surgery. Customer service text chat can see what you're typing in the box before you hit send. Duck you. Is this real? Yes, it's so they can start looking up what you need faster. A bottle of Windex is basically 95% water, 4% ammonia, and 1% blue dye fragrance. The most expensive part of the product is the bottle. So should I just go to Ace and buy ammonia and mix my own? Former Dunkin' employee here. We don't check the survey codes at the bottom of your receipt. Any random 5 digits in the space. You've got a free donut with purchase. Ask to have the late fee waived. I literally cannot do anything with it until you specifically ask. So you have a late fee of $30 on this. Gee, that's a lot. Why is it so much? That's the late fee we have. I do apologize for that inconvenience. Well, I guess I'll have to pay it then. Okay, so your bill is $150. Do you realize how much that is? Yes, and I do apologize for the inconvenience. Well, can you do something about it? Yes. Now I can because you asked. Please stop making me feel guilty that you paid your bill late. Edit. Since so many are asking, I work in insurance for business owners. I'm sorry I'm not the cell phone, bank, mortgage, hospital, etc. company. If it makes you all feel better, I'd waive all of your late fees. A stupid amount of porn companies are all owned by the same, generically named IT company, MindGeek. Does the illusion of choice really help out porn? It feels like it shouldn't be a secret, but a lot of people just don't get it. If you find yourself waiting forever to be seen in the air, that's probably a very good thing. We get the serious stuff back there pretty dang quick. Edit. For clarity's sake, a whole lot of pain doesn't automatically make something serious. A broken arm or something hurts like hell, but we're going to take the guy who's sweating and says his chest feels a little tight before you, because he might be dying and you definitely aren't. Patient confidentiality just means your name isn't in the story, not that your story won't get told. Grocery store bakeries do not bake the cakes they decorate. That stuff comes in frozen. I can't bake you a carrot cake. On top of that, most of the baking in grocery store bakeries is just pulling frozen pastries or muffins or whatever out of a box and panning it up, then putting it in the proofer oven. We don't really make things anymore. Edited for politeness. When a movie trailer has shots that turn out to be missing from the actual movie, that's not because scenes were cut. Those shots never existed in the movie. The trailer didn't test as well as they wanted, so the studio inserted scenes specifically made for the trailer during additional photography. Or I missed Kylo Ren's lightsaber ignition scene in the movie. The fresh chocolate chip cookie scent that can be smelled outside of the Magic Kingdom bakery is artificial. It's piped out there to draw you into the bakery. They're called smellitzers. They're like targeted scent cannons. Disney also cranks the AC up in the shops in the wintertime, so it feels colder than it actually is, and you think to yourself, man, I better get that Mickey sweatshirt or I'm gonna be freezing all day. My sister was on The Biggest Loser. Jillian and Bob were there 2 maybe 3 days a week. They make it seem like they live there. Merlin Entertainments, the company that runs a wide variety of midway attractions like Legoland Discovery Centers as well as Legoland itself, pays most of their American employees less than Walmart. Oftentimes, employees love the job, but ultimately can't afford to keep it. This causes a near 90% turnover rate. As call center employee, I can assure you that all of our calls are recorded not for training purposes, but to protect our own asses. The reason IT always tells you to turn it off and on again isn't because we get paid by the power sickle. It's because it fixes your issue 95% of the time. Hospitals and doctors' office bills in the US can be negotiated, and many will offer huge cash discounts if you pay at the time of service. But once the insurance gets billed, there is much less room for negotiation. If your bill gets applied to the insurance deductible, then the facility, by law, is supposed to collect the full amount that was applied to the deductible from you. Also, if there's a copay, the facility, by law, is supposed to collect that as well. For the average person on a high deductible plan, $1,000 plus, you'd have to get cancer or be in a huge trauma for the insurance to kick in any meaningful payment. Insider advice: when you make an appointment at a doctor's office, ask if they have a point of service discount. Also, if you go to a hospital, don't let them know you have insurance until after they give you the bill. Do the negotiation first, then do the math and see if it's cheaper to pay out of pocket. If not, the facility has 6 months to bill your insurance after the date of service. Edit: this whole thing doesn't work for providers that strictly see in-network patients. That is, HMOs. Relative of mine was a mystery shopper and did a lot of car garages. He would get sent in with a car and had to get it serviced and reported on how well it was completed if they found all the faults, if the customer service was up to scratch, etc. The results were usually 6/10. Until suddenly every garage was a 10 out of 10 continuously. He investigated as it was a bit suspicious and found Mize, mystery shopper, written on the bottom of the car he was given. One of the garages sussed him out and wrote it there for future garages to find and make sure they have it the best possible service. Too long didn't read. Write Mize, mystery shopper, on the bottom of your car when you get it serviced to ensure it gets the best service possible. Edit: this generally refers to large car garages such as Skoda and C to work on their own model cars for their customers. Going to your local mechanic round the corner, he isn't going to expect a mystery shopper anytime soon. It's more the corporate garages who hire Mize. Ever done an online insurance quote? That's just a slightly watered down version of what your insurance agent is working with. Seriously, we just put in the info and the computer spits out a price. Unless coverage or rating information changes, the price you get is what you get. 20-30 years ago, an agent could tell you how much different rating factors impacted the price, etc. Today's agents aren't privy to any of that information. Too long didn't read. Insurance agents don't just pull the price out of their asses and hope you'll take it. The computer does that for us. If you have a Bank of America credit or debit card, and your card gets declined and you call and find out it was because of a data breach, the fraud department that you speak to is forced by the bank to tell you that they can't see where or when the data breach occurred, but we can see it. It shows us right there on our computer. It's really ducking annoying for everyone involved, other than the bank apparently, since they're the ones that enforce this. It's a major problem because your card gets completely shut off right there over the phone, and we have to send in a request to have a completely new card and card number sent to you. Then, you wait about 2 weeks to receive it in the mail, and have to change everything you pay your bills onto the new card number. But if you go back to the store with that new card that had the data breach and they still haven't resolved the problem with the breach, then your card will be shut off again. Rinse and repeat. Please try not to get too angry at the people you talk to on the phone. They don't work at BOA. They're just lowly call center workers, and they're fired if tell you where it happened. The bank is saving their own ass to not piss off big companies that don't want that info to leak to the public. Edit. I didn't think this would actually get seen much. In case I go missing, BOA probably sent someone to kill me. McGraw-Hill makes practically every textbook allowed in America's school. At the end of every year they throw away the tens of thousands of books for the tax write-off because it's going to a recycling plant. I am talking textbook for K through 12, college books of every type, teacher editions, and class sets of short stories and books for kids in process of learning to read. A normal textbook costs a school $60 to $80 a pop, but they throw enough away to educate every child in Africa. When I worked at the recycling plant I wasn't allowed to take them because it was considered illegal to distribute them. I truly lost all hope for the future of humanity after that, and quit my job. The place they're sent to is called Medina Recycling in Ohio. I seriously wanna find a way to make this big news and trash McGraw-Hill over it. It is also a 2-month period that is Medina Recycling's largest contract for profit. Edit. Sorry, the company name is McGraw-Hill. Edit 2. I know I said end of the month, but with a lot of new information coming to light, I realized that I can't do this sloppy or it is either going to get me in trouble or it'll be swept under the rug. Probably going to get a Kickstarter going on this so I can get around and talk to other schools and McGraw-Hill associates in the tri-state area, along with creating a huge list of newspaper and media outlets to be notified all at the same time. This is going to be more work than previously thought. Please message me up if you can offer help. Edit 3. Wow, my gold cherry just got popped, thank you. And had to remove evidence of incrimination, but it may be released once I talk to my lawyer tomorrow. Nothing Bundt cakes is not made with natural ingredients or fresh every day. They can be kept frozen for a few weeks and our eggs come out of a giant bag, pre-mixed. You do not even want to know how much red 40 dye goes into that damn red velvet cake. I work in the trucking industry and it's frightening how much food product is sold and resold after being rejected. Had a customer have a load of cheese refuse because it was too warm, but took it back to another warehouse, cooled it down and resold it to another customer. I have seen it done with cheese, juice, meat and seafood. Only seen it done about 4-5 times out of 10,000 plus loads I have moved, but that is still too high. I work at a hospital in an area where there are lots of hospitals. Ours has an EMT lounge with free slushies, soda and snack food, so the EMTs choose our hospital when delivering patients. Security guards are underpaid and usually undertrained. That guy standing in front of the bank with the shiny gun, the guy some of you might expect to protect you if you're being robbed, he makes about $1 or $2 more than minimum wage, depending on what city you're in. The contracts for these jobs are insane. Sometimes it's hundreds of dollars per hour per guard, the actual person on the ground, in an industry that has very little overhead, makes very little money. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.